Urgent Dallas Cowboys fans, do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel because here we bring you daily videos with the latest Dallas Cowboys updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Hey, Cowboys Nation. Today, we're diving deep into a story that's resonating throughout the NFL community, a development that could have seismic implications for the Dallas Cowboys defense, and consequently, their entire season. We're talking about the potential end of Matt Eberflus's tenure as the team's defensive coordinator, a move that, frankly, has been long overdue in the eyes of many fans, analysts, and insiders. But what does this really mean for the Cowboys? How does it fit into the bigger picture of their 2023 season? And who might step into Eberflus's shoes? These questions have been swirling around the fanbase and media alike, and today, we're going to explore every angle in exhaustive detail. Let's start with the recent performance of the Cowboys' defense. If you've been following closely, you know that the unit has struggled immensely this year. Just this past Sunday, in a game that many considered a must-win, Dallas's defense surrendered a staggering 34 points to the New York Giants. For a team with playoff aspirations and a roster packed with talent, that's a shocking and unacceptable number. But what's even more alarming is that this isn't an isolated incident. The Giants, often considered one of the weaker offenses in the league, have now posted their two highest point totals of the season against Dallas. That's not just bad luck or a fluke. It's a pattern pointing directly at systemic issues within the defensive scheme and coaching. So let's analyze what's gone wrong. Eberflus, who was brought in with high expectations to overhaul the Cowboys' defense, has been under fire for his inability to adapt to the evolving NFL landscape. His approach, which heavily relies on zone coverage and complex blitz packages, has failed to produce consistent results. The Giants exploited these weaknesses with precision, finding soft spots in coverage and repeatedly taking advantage of miscommunications. It's clear that the defense, as it stands now, lacks cohesion, intensity, and the strategic adjustments necessary to shut down high-powered offenses. Now, why is the firing of Eberflus almost a certainty at this point? Well, Jerry Jones, known for his hands-on approach and relentless pursuit of excellence, has always been quick to make bold decisions when the team's performance falters. After the recent string of poor showings, especially against teams that are considered below average, the writing has been on the wall. The Cowboys organization cannot afford to let their defense continue to be a liability in the playoff hunt. The stakes are too high, and the margin for error is razor-thin. But here's where things get even more interesting. Firing Eberflus is just the beginning. The real challenge lies in finding the right replacement, someone who can not only fix the defense quickly, but also fit into the Cowboys' culture and system. This is where the NFL coaching carousel becomes a fascinating chess match. Names like Brian Schottenheimer, who has a proven track record as an offensive coordinator, might seem like an unconventional choice for defensive coordinator, but it's a reminder that Dallas could look outside the traditional mold. Alternatively, they might pursue a seasoned defensive mind with a history of building top-tier units. Currently, one name that's gaining ground in the rumor mill is Jim Schwartz, the former Eagles and Browns defensive coordinator. His tenure with Cleveland this season has been particularly impressive, especially considering the team's challenging offensive circumstances. The Browns, often hampered by their own offensive struggles, managed to rank in the top 5 in EPA per play and success rate under Schwartz's guidance. That's a testament to his defensive acumen, an ability to maximize talent and scheme effectively against diverse offenses. It's worth noting that Cleveland's defense overachieved relative to expectations, and Schwartz's reputation as a master schemer and player developer is well established throughout the league. His defenses historically rank among the best in yards allowed and overall efficiency. For instance, during his time with the Eagles in 2020, Schwartz's units were top 15 in passing yards allowed, a crucial metric in today's pass-heavy NFL. His knack for scheming pressure up front, especially with aggressive defensive linemen, is legendary. Remember the Bills' 54 sacks in 2014? That was under Schwartz's watch, and it exemplifies his ability to generate pressure and disrupt opponents. The question then becomes, would Schwartz consider leaving Cleveland if he's shown the door there? The Browns' recent firing of Kevin Stefanski has thrown their coaching staff into disarray, and Schwartz's future is uncertain. Yet, for the Cowboys, this could be an opportune moment. If they want to upgrade their defense significantly, exploring a veteran defensive coordinator with Schwartz's resume makes sense. Moreover, his familiarity with the NFL's evolving passing game, combined with his proven track record of developing players like Devin Bush, suggests he could be a game changer for Dallas. But what about the current players on the Cowboys? How might they respond to a coaching change at the top? Well, the defense has been a mixed bag of performances. Micah Parsons, the star linebacker, has been a bright spot, consistently disrupting quarterbacks and racking up sacks. His presence alone elevates the defense's ceiling, but he cannot do it alone. The secondary, which includes players like Trevon Diggs, has shown flashes of excellence but also moments of vulnerability. The defensive line, which was supposed to be a strength, has underperformed at times, partly due to scheme and partly due to execution. A new defensive coordinator like Schwartz could unlock the full potential of these players. His history of developing pass rushers and secondary players could be exactly what the Cowboys need to turn their defense into a formidable unit again. Imagine a defense where Parsons is unleashed as a true edge rusher, supported by a well-coordinated secondary that can hold coverage longer and create turnovers. That's the kind of transformation that could propel Dallas into serious playoff contention. Now, let's step back and look at the bigger picture. The Cowboys' current season has been a roller coaster, with moments of brilliance and episodes of disappointment. Their offense, led by Dak Prescott, has been generally solid, but it's their defense that's holding them back from reaching the heights they aspire to. The recent games have exposed gaps in their scheme, particularly against teams with versatile offenses that can attack multiple levels of the defense. The Giants, in particular, exposed the vulnerabilities in coverage and in the pass rush. Historically, the Cowboys have been known as a defensive team, especially during their Super Bowl runs in the 1990s. The current struggle to replicate that defensive dominance is a stark contrast and a source of frustration for fans. The team's defense is ranked near the bottom in several key metrics, including points allowed, yards per game, and third down conversions allowed. These numbers aren't just statistics. They're the reason why the Cowboys are often playing from behind or losing close games. This season's struggles have also reignited debates about the coaching staff, especially Eberflus's defensive philosophy. Critics argue that his zone-based scheme lacks the aggression and adaptability needed in today's NFL, where offenses are more sophisticated and versatile. His reluctance to adjust mid-game, coupled with a perceived lack of innovative play calling, has made the defense predictable and easy to exploit. When your opponent knows what's coming, it's only a matter of time before they break through. So, what does this mean for the upcoming weeks? Well, Dallas faces crucial matchups that will determine their playoff fate. With games against division rivals and teams fighting for postseason spots, the pressure is mounting. The coaching staff is undoubtedly aware that a change in leadership on the defense could be the catalyst they need to turn things around. The opportunity to bring in a seasoned veteran like Schwartz, or even explore other candidates, is now more urgent than ever. Let's also consider the implications for the players. Micah Parsons, as the undisputed star on defense, is probably feeling the brunt of the team's struggles. His frustration might be evident in recent interviews, where he's made subtle hints about needing better schemes and coaching. Trevon Diggs, who has shown brilliance but also inconsistency, could benefit from a defensive mind that emphasizes scheme and player development. The secondary, which has sometimes been caught out of position, needs a leader who can craft a cohesive game plan. From the fans' perspective, this situation has created a mix of hope and anxiety. Many believe that a coaching change is necessary to unlock the team's true potential and push them into serious playoff contention. Others worry about the instability that can come with such a transition. But one thing is clear: the Cowboys cannot afford to keep going down the current path and hope for different results. The window for success is closing, and the team's future depends heavily on the decisions made in the coming weeks. Now, let's compare Dallas's defensive struggles to other teams around the league. Teams like the Bills or the Eagles, for example, have invested heavily in their defenses and see the benefits in their overall records. The Bills, under Sean McDermott, built a relentless pass rush and a secondary capable of creating turnovers. The Eagles, with their aggressive front and disciplined secondary, have been among the league's best. Dallas has the talent, Parsons, Diggs, and others, but their schemes haven't maximized that talent. That's why a change in coaching philosophy and leadership could be precisely what's needed to elevate the Cowboys back to elite status. Looking ahead, the Cowboys' coaching search, if it indeed happens, will be scrutinized heavily by fans and media alike. Will Jerry Jones be bold enough to step outside his comfort zone? Will he prioritize proven defensive minds or focus on a rising coordinator with innovative ideas? The answer to these questions could shape the franchise's future for years to come. The NFL is a league where coaching matters immensely, often making the difference between a team that contends and one that falls short. Finally, what can we expect moving forward? Well, the Cowboys will likely face a period of intense speculation, interviews, and perhaps some surprises. The timing suggests that a decision could come in the next few weeks, especially as the team approaches critical games that could make or break their playoff hopes. Fans should stay tuned, because this storyline isn't just about one game or one season. It's about the direction of the franchise and its quest for a sixth Super Bowl title. So in wrapping up this deep dive, remember that coaching changes are rarely straightforward. They come with risks, but also with the potential to unlock hidden potential. The Cowboys have a roster capable of competing at the highest level, but their defense needs a new vision. Whether that's Jim Schwartz, Brian Schottenheimer, or someone else entirely, one thing is certain: the future of Dallas's defense, and perhaps their entire season, may hinge on this decision. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Dallas Cowboys. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Dallas Cowboys news. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Dallas Cowboys news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let's continue with the big reveal.